Power, secrecy, control. These are the elements that define some of the most mysterious organizations in the world. But none may be as controversial or as secretive as the Bilderberg Group. Every year, the world's elite come together behind closed doors to discuss global issues. But what is truly being said in those private meetings? Are they shaping the future of the world, or are they executing a hidden agenda? Tonight, we uncover the truth about the Bilderberg Group. Are they the secret rulers of the world? The Bilderberg Group was founded in 1954 in a world still reeling from the aftermath of World War II. As the Cold War began to take shape, global leaders saw the need for increased communication between Europe and North America. It was under these circumstances that a Polish politician, Joseph Ratzinger, proposed a meeting of influential figures from both sides of the Atlantic. The first Bilderberg meeting was held at the Hotel de Bilderberg in the Netherlands, and it quickly became an annual event. But from the very beginning, secrecy shrouded these meetings. What was really discussed behind those closed doors? The Bilderberg Group has attracted an exclusive guest list: presidents, prime ministers, royalty, CEOs of multinational corporations, and media moguls. These are people with the power to shape nations, economies, and global policy. Yet, no official minutes are recorded, and the media is strictly forbidden from attending. What's more, attendees are required to maintain silence about the discussions. Could this level of secrecy hide more than just policy debates? Journalists and conspiracy theorists have long been intrigued by Bilderberg, yet attempts to gain insight have been met with resistance. Protesters argue that the world's fate is being decided without public oversight or transparency. Many believe that the Bilderberg Group has evolved into a shadow government, orchestrating key world events and determining the course of history. But could these accusations have any truth to them? Consider the European Union. The EU was designed to foster peace and cooperation among European nations after centuries of conflict. But critics of the Bilderberg Group argue that these same elites had a hand in its creation, not for peace, but for power consolidation. Some suggest that the formation of the EU was less about unity and more about centralizing control, allowing a small group of elites to dictate the policies of an entire continent. Throughout history, major global events have aligned with Bilderberg meetings, leading some to believe that the group is more than just a forum for discussion. It's a secret planning committee. Economic crashes, regime changes, even wars have suspiciously followed Bilderberg summits. Were these events simply coincidences, or were they orchestrated by the world's elite behind closed doors? The Bilderberg Group's influence is also said to extend beyond politics. Many of its attendees are CEOs of the largest corporations on the planet, companies that control vast amounts of wealth and resources. Could the group's real power lie in its ability to manipulate global markets, dictate the flow of capital, and ensure the dominance of certain companies over others? If true, the Bilderberg Group may have the power to decide who wins and who loses in the world economy. Some of the world's most influential leaders attended Bilderberg meetings before rising to prominence. Bill Clinton, Tony Blair, and even Margaret Thatcher are all rumored to have been part of the Bilderberg network before taking on roles as heads of state. Could Bilderberg be more than just a meeting of minds? Is it a proving ground for future leaders, chosen and groomed by the global elite? Critics of the Bilderberg Group believe that their influence is global in scope, with the power to shape not just individual nations but entire regions. Some argue that Bilderberg is part of a broader plan to create a new world order, with centralized control over global governance. Could it be that this small group of elites is working towards a one-world government, where national sovereignty is sacrificed for the greater good of global control. Globalization, the process of integrating economies, cultures, and politics across borders, is often seen as progress. But for those who fear the Bilderberg Group, globalization represents something more sinister. They believe that the group is pushing for a world in which nation-states no longer exist, where individual freedoms are eroded, and where a select few control the entire planet. Bilderberg meetings have turned their attention to technology, artificial intelligence, and mass surveillance. Could this be part of the plan? Some argue that the elites are looking to create a digital dystopia, where every movement, every transaction, and every thought is monitored and controlled. Is this the future the Bilderberg Group is planning? One in which privacy is a relic of the past? Surveillance has been a tool of governments for centuries, but with advancements in technology, the ability to monitor entire populations has never been greater. Theorists suggest that the Bilderberg Group is at the forefront of these developments, shaping policies to ensure that the world's citizens remain under constant watch, making rebellion or resistance nearly impossible. Is this the world they envision, where dissent is crushed before it even begins? Year after year, the Bilderberg Group continues to meet. And year after year, the same questions arise. What are they really discussing? Are they simply debating policies to improve the world, or are they orchestrating its control? The answers remain hidden, locked away in the minds of the world's most powerful people. Mainstream media often dismisses conspiracy theories about Bilderberg as paranoia or fiction, but the group's secrecy continues to fuel speculation. For many, the fact that the world's most powerful people gather in secret is enough to raise alarms. Is it really possible that this small, elite group holds the keys to our future? Or are we simply creating stories to explain the complexity of global politics? In a world filled with uncertainties, one thing is clear: power remains concentrated in the hands of a few. Whether the Bilderberg Group is a benevolent gathering of leaders or a shadowy cable orchestrating global events from behind the scenes, we may never truly know. But the question remains: how much control do they really have over our lives? And just how deep does the rabbit hole go?